Bing bong. Welcome everybody. Yeah, welcome. We're back in Flight Sim because I wanted to give BeyondATC another go because I found it intriguing and I've watched a video or two on it now, and to be honest, it does look awesome. And yeah, I might decide to use premium voices for this one. At least on the controller, not for my invisible co-pilot, who I think I might make a female on this one. But anyway, welcome to the flight deck of the Boeing 737-800. Let's take a look outside, where it gets a little bit noisier, or it can do, if any planes are deciding to leave. So we're here, and I don't think... should we be a bit more forward? Yeah, that's a 737, 8 and 9 position. We're a bit too far back. I don't think that jetway is going to reach here. We may have to use stairs. Yeah, we'll go with stairs, I think. Okay, so we're here in Logan International Airport in Boston, in the US of A, and we're going to go over to Canada, to Toronto. See people moving around inside the airport there. So yeah, okay. I haven't found the flight plan yet, and until I do that, I'm not going to fire up BeyondATC. So let's get the flight plan sorted. We'll do that now, and we'll get that filed, ready to go. So, whoops, we're flying United Airlines today because I did check. I did some homework, and I found out that United, Canada Airlines, and another airline beginning with P or something, I don't know. Yeah, they all do flights direct from Boston to Toronto. And I think Delta also do one, but it's a connecting flight as opposed to what they would term as non-stop. So I chose to go with an airline that actually is going to do it non-stop, which is United. So yeah, we went with that. So we're departing from KBOS and going to CYYZ, as you guys would say, and we're going to be going in the Boeing, the PMDG double class. So we're going to have first and second class. So because there's first and second class, there's a divide between the first and second class, and therefore less seats. Yeah, so 160 base weight on this one. That's 184 if it's all economy, but this one isn't. So we're going to go with that one. Okay, there is our trip. I think in a straight line it's something like 757 kilometers or nautical miles, I would say. Yeah, and Ottawa is our alternative airport. Wow. Yeah, so going through New York, this Massachusetts, New York, Syracuse, Buffalo, and into Toronto. Oh, it looks like we're going to go all the way up here and then turn down, as opposed to just flying like straight in. Okay. I hope I've got the current AIRAC as well, 2405. That just got updated. All my planes are updated with it, including the Boeing and the Phoenix, of course. Don't want those to be out of date, and yeah, I hope we're not going to get any dodgy waypoints in BeyondATC now. Okay, so I'm happy with this, and let's just generate the flight, because we need to do that because BeyondATC will pull or download my latest generated SimBrief flight plan, so I don't really launch it until we've got that. So there it is. We have 150 passengers, 7.5 tons of fuel, give or take. That is a lot of cargo. Oh Christ, that's a lot for 150 passengers. 3.7 tons worth of suitcases. That's a lot, right? Yeah, I do think SimBrief tends to overestimate this. There's going to be a new SimBrief coming out, guys. It's going to have the performance tools in it as well. You know, the one where you look on the runway and it tells you where you're going to stop and stuff like that. Well, it's similar to that, but there's one for takeoff. It shows you the length of the runway and where your V1, your rotate, and your V2 points are. So that's coming to SimBrief very soon. It's going to be here under performance. There's going to be performance tools or something like that. So yeah, get ready for a new SimBrief coming, and there's another feature it has which I forget now, but we'll cover it when it happens. So airtime 1 hour 21 the flight, block time 149. So yeah, hour and 20-minute flight. En route burn. See, if we're only estimating to use 3.6 tons of fuel, carrying 7.4. Obviously, we need enough to get to Ottawa as well, but still, that cargo's a bit heavy. And here's our route, which we'll be taking. So, cool. All right. I would also like to do a flight of BeyondATC in a GA aircraft as well, general aviation aircraft, like a Piper Arrow or something small. That would be interesting as well. So yeah, stand by for that coming up. Right, cool. Let's get this plane fired up. And let's get the ground power on. And we want the navs as well. So yeah, I thought I'm going to use the Boeing this time, because last time I used BeyondATC, we were in the Phoenix Airbus. So mix it up a little bit, see how our experience is with this. So again, just as in real life, we have to wait for the screens to kick in. And while I do that, I'm going to fire up BeyondATC, which should appear on the screen when I do it. Should. There you go. How cool is that? Now this has been updated again today. The last time we were on this, it was version 1.0.28. Now it's up to 3.0, so I guess I missed 29. And here's the roadmap that they've got planned, right? So traffic injection, I'm looking forward to that, because that means BeyondATC will then be doing the voices for other aircraft. You'll be able to hear on the radios as they instruct other aircraft, just like you would in real life, and you won't feel so alone. The only thing I think about that is, once that comes, the voices are going to be used more. So the premium voices that you pay per character for is going to be gobbled up a lot more. I think they've got a pretty decent pricing structure on at the moment, to be fair. They have adjusted it due to user feedback, and indeed it's $10, which is about £7 something, for 250,000 characters, which is around, depending, you can maybe get up to 15 flights on that, maybe more, I don't know, which is not bad. So traffic injection is on its way, and then you've got traffic injection 1 and core ATC 1.5. VFR flying as well will come, and traffic again. So emergency procedures, that will be freaking interesting. So yeah, they've got a good roadmap here. They've got a really good product on this, I think. But no traffic yet, which means that let's just have this connect. And it's going to load up Boston, Toronto. Does it load up the alternate airport? That's a good question. Doesn't look like it. Come on, don't you give me any trouble now. I haven't tested this, so it might. Yay! How do I pronounce that? Unicare? Okay. Right, so what I was saying was, in here, because of, I've actually forgot what I was saying. If I look at one of these, it'll come to me. Yeah, this is the AI traffic, you see. That's not working at the moment. That's going to use up more characters. Right, yeah. Because because there's no traffic in at the moment, whatever you set this to isn't going to make any difference because there is no traffic voice model. Nothing's gonna be sounded because there's no traffic, right? So you've got a different voice for traffic. So you could, and then you could just do this one. If I go to premium for this one, which I think I will once I get everything sorted, and then for this one, because we're in the US, I want to switch to a US voice, and I think I'm gonna have my co-pilot be a female. Let's have a listen.
Auto respond character US female. Climb and maintain 15,000, United 259er.
Is that loud enough? Let's have a listen to the male.
Auto respond character US male. Climb and maintain 15,000, United 259er.
These basic voices are...
Auto respond character US male.
These basic voices are pretty good, to be fair.
United.
And then you've got YouTubers here. But I'm quite happy with that. Either is good for me. Let's go with US female. Radio degradation is on. International basic accent's not going to make much difference in the US. And yeah, I may switch this to premium just for this flight. A, to see how many characters we use, and B, because I want to see what it's like. I want the experience of a premium voice, which is going to sound so much better. So this is your basic voice, okay? I don't think it costs to do a sample, so if we did listen to this one.
This is a basic voice sample. UK male. Speedbird 8829er. Runway 27 right taxi via Alpha. Link 12. Bravo. Charlie.
Okay, and then if we go premium.
This is a premium voice sample. Dutch male. Eurowing 7201 heavy. Turn left heading 280 vectors for traffic.
Well, that was better. I mean, it was by quite a way, but Jesus, he said a lot there in a very short space of time. Sure, let's run with it. So 49847 is my current character count. I'm going to have auto-tune radio just to take a little bit off my hands. And what I'm going to do here is just assume that my first officer is doing the radios for me. And the auto respond I'm going to leave to off. I want to try and do as much as I can. So we can get these frequencies here from the Navigraph charts if we want. So we don't need to be looking at here, but it's handy to have them here just in case. But yeah, and I think, isn't this track on? I don't know. Is that traffic control? Right. So this is kind of obsolete for now because there's no traffic. Yeah. Lenny, hi Lenny. You tried premium on my third flight. It's very good, and they also the flight went with no issues. Awesome. Yeah, I posted a video on my Discord. I don't know if you're on my Discord, but I posted a video there that I watched of a guy. He did just a little GA flight with it, and it's bloody good. And obviously the reason that when we were flying, about to descend, and it gives us a different runway than the one that SimBrief picked, is because it does pick up on the weather changes and the wind changes, and it will assign a different runway. And you just have to go with that, you know. And that's part of real flying. It just is. You don't get to land on the runway you thought you were going to land on. Sometimes. So is this the order of things then? ATIS first, then clearance, then ground, then tower, center. I don't know. But we'll do ATIS a bit later. We're not ready for that yet. So the question is, do I keep BeyondATC on the screen? I probably don't need to, right? I mean, you guys are going to know it's there. I might bring it on now and again. So for now, we'll just take it away and start prepping this flight. So let's go into the EFB here and request the SimBrief flight plan. I thought I was in UK for a minute there. Okay, so there's the flight, and we're going to go, whoops, let's take the local thing off. So we're going to go over here, I keep wanting to use my mouse wheel. Oh, and because I know nobody's interested, but that thing I did yesterday with my flight sim, with the racing sim, with the widgets and stuff, got it all sorted. The pinkness is gone. The invisible other things where I had to use desktop mode to get around it, that's gone. Yeah, cool. This is going to be a good one. Turning there. I mean, we will. Yeah. Coolly. Right, so departure weather. Let's get that in right now. We'll compare that with the 80s as well. So what order you... I know we managed it last time, Lenny, but what order do you use the frequencies in? You go 80s and then you go... I guess I can just look through each frequency and find out what our instructions are, and then I'll know the ones based on the instructions that we can give to ATC. I'll know also which one to use next, you know. So yeah, all right. Right, flight plan is in. I just want to make sure now that the next stage up here, that we've got things set. So I'm going to check these two switches as well, specifically the yaw damper, because it tends to flick back up for some reason. I'm going to put that fuel pump on as well, just for later. I'm going to put these on. That's on standby already. That's off. And that's off. And yep. And I'm currently on battery right now. It's all right. No, we're not on batteries. We're on ground power. There, ground power. Cool. Window heats and stuff I'll do in a minute. I'll just get everything set up first. Cool. Right. Let's get rid of this and get rid of that warnings thing for the autopilot, and let's get down here. So first thing I want to do is make sure that the plane is set up the way that we told SimBrief, where we were going to have first and second class. So we need a 2-class aircraft. So let's just go through here until we find it and make sure everything else is set the way I like it as well. Window shades are set to off. Okay. Oh, I've got the heads-up display, haven't I? Okay. There we go. 2-class. Okay, cool. It's working. It's set up the way we want it to. All right, into the FMC then, and we've got the latest AIRAC cycle that goes from May 16th, yesterday, to June 13th. Awesome. ATIST and clearance, yeah. Oh, another, you know what? This video I was watching, why didn't I think of this? You know, on the BeyondATC, I don't know how you've got it set up, Lenny, but you know, in the options, and I was saying about, what do you do to, for push to talk? Because there's a lot of the buttons on the keyboard are already used up for functions in Flight Sim, right? And I tried certain buttons. Now, the one I didn't try, which was on this video, this guy had it set up so that it was his joystick trigger. And I thought, well, of course, why not? It's not like I'm not flying a combat flight sim here. I'm not going to use the trigger for anything. And I don't use the trigger in Flight Sim. So, oh, it's classed as button 3. I wonder if that's going to work. So that's my trigger. I've actually got two trigger buttons on my trigger. If I squeeze the trigger, it will click. If I squeeze it harder, it will click again, which will be a different binding. Yeah, trigger. Why the hell didn't I think of that? I mean, it seems so freaking obvious now. Anyway, yeah, just one of those things, I guess, right? Yeah. Trigger makes sense, but I've got both. I'm going to use backspace on the keyboard, so I'm going to give myself both options. But yeah, trigger. I mean, duh, right? Okay, so the ref airport. The gate's going to be good. Let's see if it takes that. So the ref airport, we are Boston. And the local time, actually, does it show me? Right, the clock you're trying to look for, Rusty, is on the Airbus. And it's here. This is not an Airbus. You might want to have a look over here. Right, this is night. Okay, so this is UTC time. This is not local time. Actually, it's UTC -1, this, isn't it? No. No, UK is currently UTC +1. So yeah, this is UTC, Zulu. Zulu time. So, where do you get local time? Here? Oh yeah, there you go, top. So yeah, there you go. So, it's just gone 3:30 here. There we go. I knew it was somewhere. Right. So reference airport is Cabos. And the gate is B35A. Accept that if you will. I didn't think you would. And to confirm it, do we have a VDG here? So yeah, B35. Oh, what if it just takes B35, you think? If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. I can't put 35A, that just wouldn't work. So, okay, so we don't have a gate, so we can't get the coordinates for the gate that we're at. So I'm just going to use the GPS coordinates here and pop them into there. Okay, there we go. Right then, onto the route. And we're going to bring in the flight plan request now. No, that's not right. What do I need to do here? You have to pull this in from here first. Oh, I know why. My scratch pad was not empty. There you go. Okay, and then we want the SimBrief one. So that line underneath here will only appear if you have imported it on the tablet. Otherwise, you'll just get this top line. So we import this one. There we go. Awesomeness. And let's just set the fuel and the payload, which is awesome. That saves a bit of time. So there's 7.5 tons of fuel. Yeah, that works about. Yeah, that's about right. Adding the two up, isn't it? So cool. All right. Yeah, block fuel 7.4, reserve 3 tons of reserve, 0 fuel weight, just under 59 tons. And there's my CI, which I've never noticed before. Right, cool, awesomeness and stuff. So let's go into here, go to departures. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Oh my god, why? Index. We've done the position. No. The flight plan's not even here. What's going on now? Did it not load in? Oh, did I not accept it? Set the fuel. There's nothing here to accept. Oh yeah, there is. Sorry, my bad. I think you have to do select route, right? There you go. And runway. stop here. Okay, cool. Right. I just want to get the routing information here. Okay, runway 9 then. Put 09 in. Jesus, it's amazing when you, especially with this plane, I tend to forget a lot of stuff. There we go. Okay, so now departure from Cabos, runway 09. We know that, so runway first, and the SID is Highland 7. There it is. Execute. Von Doodle. How you doing, man? Sorry I was late getting your message there. Right, arrival into Tirana. Runway 15 left. ILS 15 left. Via, I should have checked the star at the same time, shouldn't I? Ling 3 via Woolsey, just in case it asks me. So Ling 3 on 15 left via Woolsey. There you go, it did ask me. Transition on GOX, is it there? No, so we'll forget about that and execute. Okay, so hopefully we should have the full route ready to go. I'll check it out in a minute after we've done the performance calculations and stuff like that. So transition altitude 18,000 it has to be because we're in the USA. Reserves I'm going to put down as a ton. Zero fuel weight, you're going to tell me? Yeah, of course you are. Cruise winds, you're not going to tell me that, are you? No. Cost index was 26, was it? We saw it earlier. I like that I can scroll this by just holding the mouse down, clicking and holding the mouse. That's just awesome. Now 28. Cost index is 28. So 2.8. And the cruise wind, well, the way I find this, which I hope is right, is that I come down to the wind information and my top of climb, let me just check SimBrief. It's 36,000 feet, which is this one. Top of climb 36,000, and the wind expected there is 266.43. So that's what I use to put in. So 266.43. There we go. Hello? Nope, not interested. Oh, okay. I think I might know why. So 360 is my cruising altitude. Might have to put that in first. There we go. And now I've forgotten what the hell it was. Oh, buddy boy, 266.43. I'm terrible. But yet I can remember the chassis number of a car I owned 4 cars ago. There we go. Alright, is that everything then? Except for the plan, that's fine. It's definitely 18,000. There's no two ways about it. And that's that. That's the performance in. Alright, let's go to the legs now. Altitudes will all be filled. Ah, buddy. Which do I prefer, Boeing or the Phoenix? That's a good question, actually. See, here's the thing, right? The Phoenix, sorry, forget the word Phoenix. The Airbus A320 is more, I find it more automated. It's less hands-on. There's less things to worry about because the computers take care of more of the stuff. Like with the Boeing, you have to put in your ILS frequency for your landing, right? Your ILS frequency, you've got to put in your your runway elevation, stuff like that, right? On the Airbus, you don't. It picks up all that stuff. The inbound course, it picks it all up. On this one, you have to put it in. Now, while the Airbus is more, or should we say less hands-on than the Boeing a little bit, not too much, but a little. They're both, I can capably, I can fly both. But the Phoenix is also more sophisticated. So, in some terms, I like the Boeing better, because it's got things like when it hits the top of descent, it will automatically start descending, providing you've put in the altitude you want to fly down to. Where the Airbus, which is more computerized, doesn't do that. You have to click a button and say start descending now. And the Boeing, you don't need to do that, it just does it, which is kind of the opposite way around to what you would expect it to be. You'd expect that the computerized Airbus would do that, right? However, so from that point of view, Boeing's great. But if I had to lose one and keep the other, I'd choose to keep the Phoenix, because I like the fact that I'm flying the most sophisticated simulated plane that's ever been done in a flight sim. It's the most true to life study level plane that's ever been conceived in a flight sim, a home flight simulator, and I like that aspect. You know, the PMDG is pretty much there as well, but it's not the level of Phoenix, I don't think. But I mean, I don't think you'd tell the difference really. If you were flying a real Boeing, I don't think you'd see too much of a difference between what we see here and certainly in the Phoenix compared to real life. If you wanted to look for differences, you'd probably have to look at the color of the seat covers maybe, because all the systems are programmed in. I mean, I'm not saying that it's perfect and exactly 100% replica, because it's not. I mean, Phoenix are going to improve on their plane. There's going to be an update, a patch, fixed this, added that, and all that stuff. But in terms of what we have today, the Phoenix is top of the pile. So for me, the answer would be the Phoenix A320 for sure. But the Boeing, I love it. I love the Boeing. It's more hands-on. There's more to do, which sometimes you might think, well, that might be a bit more overwhelming. Yeah, maybe, but not really. I like it. I love both. I'd like to take both if I could, but yeah. But ultimately, ultimately the Airbus wins only because it's more study level, or the most study level plane that you can get. That's the reason. If it was on par with the PMDG, I'm not knocking the PMDG. It's just this is study level too. But they've just gone a few layers deeper, I think, in the Phoenix. Then I would probably take this one. So I hope that answers the question. I tend to have long answers. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, ultimately the Phoenix, really. Okay, so let's go that. But don't let it put you off here. I love this plane. I love this 737, and I cannot wait for PMDG to bring out the 737-800 MAX, which is coming. Oh yeah, I want that. Yeah, that's going to be so cool. So yeah, okay, let's see how it handles this sharp turn at the end when we get to Toronto. I don't know how you pronounce it. I know you don't pronounce the T in Toronto. You don't say Toronto, I believe. I'm told it's Toronto. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, so, right, we were going to be passing by the runway quite close. Oh, it's a manual. It's a manual turn after MEVPO. Right. And then we have to vector ourselves. That's going to be interesting because I want to see how because BeyondATC is going to be telling us what to do here. And it kind of missed it last time. It let me fly this way, and it wasn't going to tell me ever to turn towards the runway. So I had to do it myself. Interesting. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to provide a connection between MEVPO and Bethany, because it would do that. I can do this manually. It's not a problem. But yeah, I'm interested to see how BeyondATC handles this. So, okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how this flight plan looks. So let's get this back to the map mode. Go back to the top and back to the index here. So we've done pause, we've done perf, now we need the takeoff information. Okay, all I know about the takeoff right now is that I'm going to be using flaps 5 for the takeoff. Cool. Is my CG listed? It is. That puts the trim at 4.64 positive, I guess that would be. Does 4.64 like in a positive, does that tell it to... I know it's for trimming out the thingies. I don't know what they call them. The pitch things. That on the tail here. It's for controlling that. So it's so that when you pull the joystick up, the plane's more balanced, so to speak. Oh, this is great. Well done, Rusty. I took off the dialogue. See, this is what I mean. There should be a button you can press, like, you know, Control and Shift, where it will pop the dialogue up on the screen. How do I know what the pitch is? What is it? 4.64. Oh, right. Let's do it from here. I'll get it close. So where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. So I need to be about 4, just over 4.5. Is it that big arrow at the bottom? Because one's bigger than the other. Is that about 4.6? It's not going to be dead on, but I mean, real pilots don't have a digital thing. So yeah, there's 4, there's 5. I'm kind of just in between, but I need to be just over half. Yeah, let's do it that way. So yeah, it's what do you call it though? Rudder, right? No, the rudder is, what do you call it? Elevators, ailerons, and rudder, right? Oh God, I don't know. My brain's scrambled today. Right, let's get some lighting going as well, because I just feel like I need a tiny little bit. And also down here. I know it's daytime, but it seems to get a little bit dark in the cockpit for some reason. And if we can just do the same for up here as well. So we've got the panel, and then we've got the panel above us. Alright, cool. So let's do the takeoff calculation. Is that too bright? That strip light across the autopilot thing looks a bit bright to me. It's this, right? AFDS, surely. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's horrible yellow, isn't it? Right. Somehow we managed to scroll all the way to the bottom of the flight plan. Alright, let's do the takeoff stuff. So, performance tools. So we're going to be getting some performance tools in SimBrief itself very, very soon. I am very much looking forward to seeing that. So let's get that from the flight plan. Let's get this from the aircraft, because we do have that loaded up now, and import the weather. So we are taking off cables, blah, 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 runway 9. It is dry. Oh, I thought that was meters for a second, and I thought, what? That can't be. But yeah, no, it's feet. Okay. Takeoff flaps are going to be 5, which probably is optimum. Rating, yeah, leave that there. Anti-ice, outside air temperature 17. It's above 10, so we're not going to need that. CG packs will be on for takeoff, yes. I think you can have them off, right, for takeoff, and then once you start climbing you can switch them on. But with the engines running, I think we should be fine. Okay, the QNH currently is 29.99. And calculate. Right, so while that's there, let's do the 29.99, which is here, and we're just going to increase that. And what I like about this is it does it on both sides at the same time. And does it do the backup unit as well? Yeah, 29.99. There you go. In the Airbus, you have to do each side and the backup instrument manually. This is only here in case this thing fails. So you've got something, yeah. You need your rudimentary bits as well. Right, so what do we have? Right, the V1s and VRs are the same, the V2, so 41 and 47. Not what this calculated, so 141, 141, 147, and there's something else. Huh? Or am I thinking of the Airbus? I am, aren't I? I'm thinking of the flex to temp, but that's on the Airbus, right? The trim here says 5.14. Let's go with that then. Okay, let's see how close I can get here. Right, 5.1. So yeah, just after the 5 then. About there, 5 1/10. Like if you split the distance between that and that into 10 pieces, have I gone just one of those pieces? It'd be interesting to put the dialogue back on now, right? The pop-up bubble and see how close I got. It's close enough. We're not gonna have to pull hard on the joystick to get the thing up in the air or whatever. If you pitch it too much, of course, then as you're piling down the runway, you get to a certain speed and the nose is going to lift early, and you don't want that either. At least that's what I calculate would happen. Right, so the N1, so we're going to be taking off with 91% power, right? That's what we have here. Okay. So, alright, we got that in. So back here, and now I want to go to the charts and go to K-Boss. No. Why did you take me here? Heather, hi. Is this for the PS4? I think so, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it is for consoles as well. I know it's on Xbox. PS4? I'm not too sure about, but I think it is on Xbox. I think so. Right, I need... Yeah, don't quote me on the PlayStation, I'm not sure. If I had to, with a gun to my head, I would say, can you please look it up? I'm streaming at the moment. Just Google. Just Google Microsoft Flight Simulator PS4. Just Google it. Right, so we're taking off from runway 09, which is this fella. And so the outbound heading is 092. So let's plug that in. Also, altitude 36. Go straight up. Although I probably won't be doing that with BeyondATC. It'll probably tell me to hold, yeah, let's bring this down. It'll probably tell me to hold around 7,000 and then wind it up after that. So let's not be too presumptuous. Give me a second, Heather, will you? Are you used to getting your way? No. Okay, so the answer to your question is it's on PC and Xbox Series X and Series S. So it is not on the PlayStation. Okay. Right. Ah, yes, Mac was 149, I believe. 147. 147. Okay. I'm going to put this to 150 because I feel a bit cheeky. Right. Flight directors on both sides. And now let's tune into the ATIS. Now, BeyondATC already has the frequencies, but I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Where are we? Where's our little blue? We are here. Why aren't we listed as here? There should be a little graphic to show our plane. Elliot's! Hi Elliot's, welcome, welcome. So we're taking off here and then we're going to be U-turning back the other way. Right, so ATIS is 135.0 and there's your clearance. Does that match with what BeyondATC says? Yeah, it does. And clearance is 121,650 and there it is on the chart, 12165. Perfect. Sometimes I did come across one where it didn't get the actual number right. It was off by 005. So if you go to Navigraph, Navigraph will have the actual proper up-to-date frequencies. So you can always tune in that way. So let's get this to 0 and make it active. And we should...
Information like.
Whoa, that's too loud.
Logan Airport information like 18540.
I think it's awesome that they got Stephen Hawking to do this.
Clouds at 1,700. Ceiling 25,000 overcast. Temperature 17. 2.11. Altimeter 29090. Landing runway 15 right. Departing runways 22 right. 2733 left. Bird activity in vicinity of airport.
Bird activity.
On initial contact, you have information like.
Yeah, well, okay.
Logan Airport information like 18540. Wind.
Here's the thing, though. I noticed that the active runway here for takeoff is not 9 anymore. That might prove interesting. Okay, Boston clearance 121.65. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on the thing, and then if I manually tune, I know it's got auto tune on the thing already. But if I bring it in on the sim, so let's go to 121. Let's go to 121.650. So let's go backwards. It'll be quicker to go backwards. And let's take it off the standby frequency and put it active. And now that should activate. There we go. Boston clearance. Request IFR clearance. So we do that now, right? So I am Unicare, I think. And do I have to say like with you and all that stuff? No, with you is when you do the acknowledge handoff, right? Let's see if my trigger works. Yeah, let's see if it works. Unicare 2627 request IFR clearance to runway 09.
Unicare 2627, Boston clearance, cleared to Toronto Pearson Airport, Highland 7 departure, then is filed, climb via Sydney, departure frequency 133.0, squawk 6353.
Taxi to runway 22 right via Highland 7, departure frequency 1330, squawk 6353, Unicare 2627.
Negative Highland 7 departure, then as filed and climb via SID.
Oh, Highland. I said Highland, didn't I? Roger, Highland 7 departure, then file as climbed via SID.
Unicare 2627, read back correct. Contact ground 134.05 when ready for push or start.
Roger. Contact ground 134.05 when ready. It's already done it for me. Sweet Mary Jesus, didn't want to do that. Okay, so departure frequency 1330, which has it just switched to that now? No. Squawk 6353. Right, where's me squawker? Oh, come up, come up. Oh, you're joking. Tell me this does the big numbers. You? You? The big bottom one? Thank you. Otherwise I'll be here for ages. 6353 squawk. Okay. There you go. Yeah, acknowledge. Yeah. I don't know. I'm learning. Very much learning the ATC lingo at the moment. Right, so all of the... What I don't want to do is get overwhelmed by this thing. As it doesn't talk to you much as we're in the cruise, but you know that where I go to the charts and look for all the landing information, there's not much point in me going to the arrival right now and saying, right, let's plan to land for runway blah 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 and take down the decision altitude and stuff like that, and all it might just be a waste of time if BeyondATC assigns me a different runway, right? So this, you know, I mean, we're supposed to be coming in ILS 15, but it might assign me a different runway, and it's gonna be so much fun, isn't it? You should be on approach, right? So yeah, so currently, for what we know, we're coming in ILS runway 15 left, so I would be using this, all the information here. So, and until that changes, that's what I'm going by. Okay, cool. There are snacks. Yep, we have a vegan option. Sorry, it reminds me of a joke when that comes up. Right. Yeah, there are snacks, and it's a 1 hour 20-minute flight. So let's go to the things. That's it. We've got everything here. We're ready to go. Okay, coolio. Right. Let's get back up here. And let's get the APU on. Hold the button down till it flips back on its own. And then we want window heats on, probes on, electrics on. I'm going to put the isolation valve into auto. Now the packs, I only put them on after the engine start. If I don't do it, guys, remind me. So 36,000 feet is where we're going. And the landing elevation, well, again, you see, this changes based on the runway we're going to be landing at. But as far as the one we're supposed to be landing at, the runway elevation, you've got the decision altitude here, 757, which is 200 above the touchdown altitude, above sea level. So that'll be 557, and that's also here, touchdown zone. So yeah, 557 is our number, which we're now going to put as close as we can up here. The closest I can get to that is 550, which I went straight past it like a fool. Okay, that's that then. Awesomeness. ATC is ready. Sorry, ATC, APU. So switch over to APU power. And let's disconnect ground power now. And now we can go into here. Is it me, or does the APU boot up quicker here than it does on the Airbus? Oh, you can't do it here. There's no option on this pad, is there, to remove the ground power? Oh. I'm used to seeing that on the Phoenix. Well, we've disconnected the ground power anyway, but that's not going to make the box go away, right? No, it's still there. Oh, I know. I think we have to go into menu, actions, ground services, release the ground card. But what I'm saying is it's not available on the thing. Actually, we can remove the chocks now that we've got the APU on. Not bothering with the stairs or getting people on board. The in-flight movie is alive. Yeah. I think you'll find if you end up eating the other passengers after a plane crash, they might taste better than the ready meals. Okay, so all that's in. Auto throttle is armed. Flight directors are on. There's a couple of things I need to set as well. I'm going to put the brakes. I like to do this later on though, not now. And the fuel flow reset. So I think that's everything. We just need to tune into contact ground when you're ready for push and start. Okay, so 13405, we're already connected. And let's do request push and start. Oh, shall we, or do we? The trigger's working fine, by the way. Unicare 2627 requesting wind check.
Wind 075 at 14.
Okay, 075 at 14, so it's quite mild. A little breeze only. Okay, let's switch it over to... Oh, we are on premium. Okay. I guess it's random what kind of voice. Oh, here's something cool, guys, which I didn't know about, right? In these voices, right, let's say... can you get to choose? No, these are AI generated voices, which is why it costs for usage. And I'll tell you what this is, what I'm on about here is, if you look at EasyJet Sim Pilot, if you've ever watched any of his videos, if you play his voice, listen to this. That's his YouTube channel, but look at that. Listen.
Hello friends, followers and channel members, this is EasyJet Sim Pilot and I'm a guest voice in BeyondATC.
Now, if you have him as your auto-respond voice, he hasn't been reading a load of lines, like, you know, and then they play that line back. No. The AI has taken samples of his voice from his videos and generated his voice. So this is an AI version of his voice. Same with Squirrel, same with all the others. It's not actual. They didn't have to learn any language. They didn't have to do anything, I don't think. The AI just took samples of their voice from their YouTube videos with permission, and everything you hear from them is AI generated. It's freaking amazing. Right. Okay, I think we're ready to request push and start then. I've got everything ready on this side, I believe. Yeah, I always think I've forgotten something, and I probably have, but we will see. Yes, there is a disaster movie, I said, Alive, which is about a plane crash where people end up eating other people to stay alive. Right, okay then. So let's do this. Unica 2627 requesting push and start.
Unicare 2627, Boston ground, pushback approved. Face southeast.
Acknowledge face southeast, have to push back, Unicare 2627. Right, so that beep is when you don't have the thing on the screen. That beep beep is it acknowledging that what you've said is cool.
To request ground services.
Oh yeah, sorry. Always needs to have two clicks on
Aircraft
that
calling,
thing.
request not understood.
Oh. Never mind, ignore me. I actually had the trigger held down when I
Aircraft
said
calling, did not copy.
I had the trigger down when I was talking there.
Parking brakes to request ground services.
Oh, my trigger releases the parking brake and sets the parking brake. Okay, there's a way around this, very quick. Remember what I said, that my trigger has a double click? No. Oh no. How do I get the double click? Okay, maybe there's another way. There you go. That's the bottom lever on the joystick. That'll do. Yeah, we're getting all mixed up there. Come on. Alright, now we can go. Alright, so I can't use my trigger. I've got to use the bottom lever. Let me see if it still works though. I'll have to find out. Request pushback. I don't mind. Unicare 2627, radio check.
Aircraft calling for radio check 5x5.
Okay, why is it cancelling my brakes though? Come on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oh, it is. It's cancelling the brakes, my trigger. Okay, let's fix this by going into the wrong place. So it's happening on my Virpil, which I can't believe they still don't have a picture for, but there you go. So search by input, and it's that.
Aircraft calling, request not understood.
Why is it not listed there then? Okay, do you have anything for this input? Afterburner. How often am I using that? Okay, what about this? Yes, you're right, I do need that one. What about this button? Yep, I need that one. This one? Ah, no mapping. Awesome. No mapping for button 12. Then that is the one I'm going to use for my push to talk. There we go. So hopefully now that won't interfere with the brakes. Unicare 2627 requesting radio check.
Checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Aircraft calling for radio check, reading you loud and clear.
Acknowledged, Unicare 2627.
Aircraft calling, request not understood.
Oh, bollocks. I was feeling like a pro there for a minute. Alright, so we need to go up here. We need to get the
Locking gear.
beacon light on. Whoa, that's wrong. Okay. Let's get the rest of the fuel pumps on. And where's the bleeding bleed? There you go. Alrighty. So anything that's orange should be off when the engines are on. If not, well, we got problems. Unicare 2627 request taxi to runway.
Aircraft calling for taxi instructions, say call sign.
Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, runway 22 right taxi via Alpha November. Hold short runway 15 right.
Taxi to runway 22 right via Alpha via November. Holding short 15 right, Unicare 2627. Schnitz. We have a different runway. So it's runway 22 now. This is stress, guys. It's stress. Huh? Did she say 22 right? Where the hell is it? Oh, this is wonderful. Am I in the wrong place? No, Boston. Is it me that I can't see a runway 22? There isn't one. There isn't one listed. What's she talking about? Hold short. Taxi to runway. Hold short runway 15 right. Well, there's 15 right. What's she talking about? Taxi via Alpha November. Hold short 15 right. Okay. So we are... Oh, what? This doesn't even look like the airport that I'm at. Okay, I'm here. I'm trying to make this layout fit into... Right, where's Alpha? And Alpha November.
All aircraft be advised information November now current. Altimeter tree 000.
Okay. So November, Alpha here. But where are we here? There's Alpha, November. There should be a symbol for our plane on here. Navigraph does that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's go up here. And... We'll figure this out together. All the time my fuel's being used up. Oh, not approach. Right, so there's 15 right. I think we're here. And we've got Alpha. And then November here. Oh, 22. What? So we go, yeah, because it said, BeyondATC's right then. Taxi to runway 22 via Alpha November and hold at 15. So when we get to 15 right it has to be? Yep, 15 right. Okay, so basically when we get to here, we have to hold, and then I guess we'll get more instructions because we have to cross the runway. Then we go up November here, all the way to here. So this one is 22 right. So what the hell have I got? This is a third-party airport that I have here, this Boston one. And clearly the runways are not numbered correctly. So here we've got the water all the way around, and then we've got 2 runways. So what the hell does it think this is? So BeyondATC is actually correct. But where's the little... in the settings, I'm sure I have it on. The one that shows you your own plane on the thing. This one? I don't know. You're supposed to see yourself as a little... Oh, could not connect to simulator. Symlink needs to be running. What? What? Get Abelandor. Okay. Right, so we're going up here. Right, let's see if I can correlate this with the map we have here. Aha! So runway 22 is there then. So that's 22 right. Yep, there it is, 22 right. Cool. And we need to go Alpha, which is here. It's all this taxiway up here. And then we go through this little curvy bit, and then we're on to November. There's runway 15 right, which we have to hold. And then we go up here. Okay, cool, I can follow that. Which begs the question, why? This is not the right airport, guys. This chart, oh look, it's CYYZ, but I've got KBOS here. Why are you showing me Toronto's frickin' chart? Dude. Do I have to click search? I've selected departure. KBOS. KBOS chart not here. ¿Qué pasa? There we go. Jesus freaking flipping. Jesus flipping. Oh God. Yes. Okay, now it makes sense. I still don't see my plane. Why is Symlink not working or running or whatever? It should be working. Doesn't matter. Okay, no problem. Oh, brother-in-law. Right. Let's leave that up here. So we, in answer to GSX's question, which way do we want to push back? Because that's what all this was about. Let's see what the options are. Right, continue pushback. I'm going to say straight pushback. Manual stop after 100 meters. Or quick edit pushback we can do. Straight pull. Facing E at apron. Facing east. sure. Let's just
Release
do
parking
that.
brakes, please.
Let's just do that and see what the hell happens.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Oh man, what the hell? I don't know which way you're gonna need to turn me here, sweetheart, but just please do it. Just please do the right one. I love it. Oh, how can you not? But I like all this stuff because it's like, okay, here's something that's not quite working out, not quite going to plan. Let's try and find a solution to it. I have no idea why it was it was there. You have just pressed departure, and it was maybe because you have to not just press departure, but you actually have to select a chart for it to switch from the other one. Yes, we're going the right way. And now I'm going to follow this alpha in November without having any, like, follow that car, you know, that lets you follow without doing that.
Please set parking brakes.
Give me a second, darling. Oh, come on.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Aye. You'll get it. BeyondATC, yeah, it's great. It really is good. And it's, like I say, it's getting updated almost every day. And the pricing is really good on it as well. Like 30 bucks. Ouch. 30 bucks, which is pretty good. Because if you don't want the premium, you don't have to pay anything more than that. That's it. If you don't want the premium voices, I think the basic voices are great. You can easily get by with those. Oops, sorry. I'm looking at this dial up here instead of this one here, like a fool. Okay. So now we want to go, so this is alpha up here, and then we're connecting over onto November here. It should all be labeled, I would say. I would hope so. And then we're holding short at runway 15 right. Or is that the correct term, holding short? I don't think so, but we're holding there anyway. Yeah, my engines are good. My engines are good.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, now, did the yaw damper stay on? It did. And now we're going to switch over to the main generators. And we're just going to check that we have. Okay, awesomeness. And APU can go off now. And so can the bleed. Alright, packs on. We can put the air conditioning on now for the passengers. And you can even hear it. Taxi lights now go on. Alright.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Having fun inside there.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Oh. Yeah, you see that smoke? I've got these new sim effects now, so we should get smoke and dust effects off the wheel and stuff. Although you won't really see it. I might, if I can remember, I might run the replay. The replay program. Oh, do we have VNav? Do we have LNav? Oh, baby. So sweet. Sometimes LNAV doesn't kick in. But it will after you're in the air. But this one straight away. Has she cleared us or what? Where's she gone? Oh, she's gone. Oh, she's over there. Okay. I guess we're clear to go. Right. We need flaps 5 for takeoff, right? So 1, 2, 5. And there she goes. God damn, I love this sim. It's so freaking good. Alright, I guess that's it then. Yes, today please would be nice. Thank you. Right, so what's the BeyondATC thing? Taxis runway via Alpha. Be advised, information November, now current. Oh, yes, the air pressure changed, didn't it? It went up to 30. There we go. So I've just adjusted that down here. And now we can put the anti-skid on. Yes, sir. So, Alpha. We need to follow Alpha. I'm going to get blocked here, aren't I? I'll put that down there. Go on, off you go. Right. I'm just looking at these. That's Bravo. So are we not turning here then? This is Bravo. Oh, it's busy, this place. Whoa, 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 whoa. If we take the next one, yeah, we can still go up here, but that's not Alpha, is it? Is it? There's Bravo, and Alpha's before it. So this has to be the turning. This is Alpha. Has to be. Oh dear. Okay, we're just going to have to collide because there's a lot of traffic here. I think that sign is for this one here, Bravo. I think we are actually on Alpha. And these planes are waiting for me, but I'm just going to have to go straight through them. That says C11. Alpha. Why does it say C on this taxi line? Shouldn't it say A? Or is that on this one? What do I know? I don't know. So there's the runway 15 marker there. This says C though. Is that not Charlie? Turning on to November now, right? And there's the holding point. Now will BeyondATC pick this up?
Unicare 2627.
It has.
Runway 15 right at November. Continue taxi via November. Hold short runway tree right.
Continue taxi to runway 22 right via November, hold short 33 right. Unicare 2627. Did I get it?
Cross runway 15 right at November.
Yeah. Oh, I was reading back the dialogues, the color dialogues instead of. Acknowledge. Unicare 2627.
Negative. Cross runway 15 right at
See, I have to say it. Cross runway 15 right at November. Continue taxi via November. Hold short runway 33 right. Unicare 2627. So I just read this back. There you go. I was reading this. I was just going, yeah, this, and then this, then this. But it's best if you just read back what they say then. Right, where the hell is 33 then? If that's 15, is this 33? Oh, I can't zoom in anymore. But it knew we were there, and the moment we got there, yeah, there's 33, right, look. Yeah, the moment we got to this point, it piped up automatically, and it said that we were cleared to cross it, so I'm expecting 0 traffic. We're good. Always look anyway. Just in case. That was cool, eh? That it just piped up like that. But we're not really, well, we are crossing that runway. I mean, we're not crossing it as such, but we're going across where it is. But if a plane was coming down or overrunning this runway, it would be a problem. So I can see why we have to hold here. And this is the whole point, I think. Yep, there it is. There's the sign, and it's already painted on the floor. And we're just going to hold here and wait for clearance.
Unicare 2627,
amazing.
Cross runway tree right at November. Continue taxi via November.
Crossing runway 33 right at November. Continue taxi via November. Unicare 2627. On we go. I love the way it just picks it up. Oh man, this tool is awesome. Yeah, I hope these guys, you know, get a lot of purchase, a lot of sales, and it helps them continue to progress with this tool. Because I think even with Flight Sim 2024, it's not going to have something as good as this. Now, are we going to take this turn off here? Go right to the end, maybe. I mean, look where the threshold is there. Just carry on up. It's good though, isn't it, Lenny? It's such a brilliant product.
2627. Contact Boston Tower 132.225.
Contact Boston Tower 132.225, Unicare 2627. And it does the auto handoff for you. Boston Tower with you on 132.225, Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, request not understood.
So you don't say that? It didn't actually say announce, did it? So maybe not. So I'm going to hold here. At least it doesn't nag you. Not understood, and make you say something before it cancels itself out, you know, which is kind of cool. Right. Unicare 2627, request departure, runway 22 right.
Unicare 2627, Boston Tower, wind 075 at 14, are nav to boat, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 22 right, Unicare 2627. RNAV to boat. Boat. Yeah, because this is a different thing, isn't it? Ba-ba-ba-bum. Think, Rusty, think, next page. There is no boat. Takeoff speeds deleted. I mean, where's boat? Please. What the hell do I do now? Just plug it in. This is amazing. This is the bit I don't like. The bit where I'm not understanding what's going on here. I'm just going to plug these in. Yeah. Why is boat not... Ah. Okay. No, boat is 4,000. They haven't given me an initial climb altitude, but I'm going to set it to 4. Alright, so I will, you just see, get that off the screen now. Guaranteed I'm not going to get the runway I was assigned in SimBrief. Yeah, no chance. Okay, we do have a plane on the runway, but whatever. Okay, I'm ready to go. And that lever that I used, I do use it. It's an analog brake. So it is getting used. Okay. Let's ignore the fact that there's another plane on the runway. We should hopefully take off before we reach him. Check. Close.
V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb.
And gear up.
Unicare 2627, contact Boston departure. Have a good day.
Roger, contact Boston departure, Unicare 2627. Boston departure with you, Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, Unicare 2627. I'm doing that without even looking at the screen. I'm just having to guess it because I'm too busy trying to get this thing up and around. Trying to get the altitude on this and navigate the plane round at the same time. Let's get the autopilot on, just take a bit of a load off on me. Yeah, so boat is here, so we're going to be going there anyway. Okay. Yeah, those last two things I said back to BeyondATC was just... I just did it. I didn't look at the screen. I just said it, and it was. It accepted it. So maybe that's a good thing. All right. Well, we're up in the air. What comes after this? I just don't care. Yeah. Oh, awesome. What happens after this? Yeah, I mean, it went well, but I was kind of inundated with... I had to handle a couple of things at the same time, but fair enough. I hope it's going to tell me which runway to land at quite soon, so I can quickly get the decision altitude and stuff. And we still have VNav LNav working, which is awesomeness. And we're flying up to... Oh, it looks like we're stuck at 4,000 at the moment. And this says 4,000 or above, so we are... Unless the previous waypoint was 4,000, but we're allowed to be above here. Okay, not bothered about that. I am actually, because you're supposed to be under 250. Sorry, you're supposed to be... Maximum is 250 knots under 10,000 feet. So, it can do it. Okay, you can... Once you hit boat, you can start climbing. You know that, right? I mean, you know that. You're going to have to start climbing, actually. Because that's the... I mean, 18,000 is armed. Okay. I'm now expecting it to go up. Good evening, William. How you doing? What do you mean open climb? Why are we sticking here? Why are we staying at 4? Oh, why do you keep zooming in? Goodness gracious me. No. Okay, let's get up.
All aircraft be advised information Oscar now current, altimeter tree 000.
Can't believe I'm having to force it up there. No, constraints doesn't do anything. Constraints is just, if you have a constraint button, it's just to display it on the map. It doesn't actually constrain the aircraft. Oh, it might be this. This needs to be on N1. So maybe now, if I go to VNav, it will carry on climbing. This was set to speed instead of N1. And maybe the plane didn't want to climb because it couldn't go over 250. Anyway, up we go. Oh, look at the pretty trees. Very nice. United Airlines. Some earth issues, texture tiling there. Alright. The wobbly wing, because we've got a little bit of windy stuff. And look, we've got that as well, which is nice. Must be windy, eh? Look at the wings, man. Flapping. You don't get that on the Phoenix. They're quite stiff. Actually, the wind's pretty good. Mind you, looks like it's all over the place. Here, look at this. Can't decide what it wants to do. Right, so we are now... Oh, you know what I didn't do when I was on the runway? Put the runway lights, the landing lights on. So bad for that. So bad for that. And the seat belts. I didn't put those on. They're on auto now anyway. Right, packs are on. Air pressure inside the plane is good. Yeah. The thing is, once I become more accustomed to BeyondATC, then I'll be less overwhelmed by it, so to speak. Not as overwhelmed, but I'll be less concentrated on it because I'll be more okay with it, and I won't forget the more fundamental things like when to put your landing lights on, stuff like that. Yeah, Lenny, but it will. 5-10 years we'll have a new flight simulator, I reckon, and it's going to look even, the graphics are going to just, I mean, you imagine the graphics from when FSX came out to this, and imagine going another step further. It's going to happen, and you're going to have all the planes controlled by AI, and yeah, it's just going to look incredible. But for a home simulator, yeah, it's top-notch stuff. You gotta love it. I mean, look at the cloud layers, the way that they just settle, like above the ground. And it's real world weather, and at least to the best of its ability and stuff.
Unit here, 2627, contact Boston Center 133.325, see you.
Contact Boston Center 133.325, Unicare 2627. Good day. He did say see you. Boston Center with you on 133.325, Unicare 2627. I don't think you're supposed to, I don't think you need the frequency.
Unicare 2627, say altitude.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Altitude 16, flight level 167 for 18,000.
Unicare 2627, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, Unicare 2627. So now we've got instructions to go right up. Of course, when you acknowledge yourself, when you acknowledge the handoff, you have to say what altitude you're currently at. And I like to say what I'm climbing to as well. So if I might say flight level 180 for 360 or something like that. But we hadn't had clearance to go to 360, so I didn't know whether to say it. And so yeah, just say the current altitude. But I have heard it where you can say, you know, that your intention is to go up to 36,000. You're currently at 16,600, so you would say flight level 160 for 360 or something like that. Hey Anthony, good growlings. Oh my god, I've not said that for a while. What a memory. Good growlings and happy howlings. I should keep using that one.
Unicare 2627, contact Boston Center 128.325, see you.
Roger, contact Boston Center 128.325, Unicare 2627. Unicare 2627 with you, flight level 210. Is that enough?
Aircraft calling, say call sign.
What's it out at the end? Boston Center with you, flight level 210, Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, Boston Center, Roger.
I don't know what... I think on the ones where I don't know, I should put auto respond, and yeah, and then hear what they say. But I'd like to have a go myself first. Right. So as far as I know, we are landing at runway 15 left, was it? I've just lost. I've just lost. I don't know.
2627, contact Boston Center 123.75.
Oh my god. Contact Boston Center 123.75, Unicare 2627. Good day. Boston Center, Unicare 2627 with you, flight level 238. Is that right?
Unicare 2627, Boston Center, Roger.
What is the order that you say that, really? But anyway. I feel like I could go on to VATSIM now. Right. Yep. I don't think so. Because anytime anything strays from the norm, like I have to do a holding pattern or something like that, like the first time this is going to tell me to hold at like 10,000 feet or something in a holding pattern. Oh my god. In the Airbus, I think it's a piece of cake to set up a holding pattern. On here, can you do the same thing if you just click on the... No. So how do you set it up here? On the Airbus, you just click on the waypoint you want to set it next to, and you just program it in. Is it fix? Here, hold. Jesus. Right, so you've got your leg time. So your leg time is like, if you look at it as an oval, you've got two straights and then the corners, like a NASCAR track, right? So the 1 minute is how long the plane flies before it makes the turn. And you set up a right turn or a left turn. So that should, if I click on that, does that not set up a left or right? Switch it? No. Oh no, the whole... Oh, wait a minute though. Maybe... No, the leg distance may be that, eh? Yeah, so the plane flies for 1 minute and then makes a turn. Flies for 1 minute, makes the turn. What's the leg distance? Is that something that... I don't know. I've not done it in this before. You got your inbound course. So if I set this inbound course to like, I don't know, 253, would that then automatically make it a left turn? I haven't done it on the Boeing before. I haven't done it on the Airbus before, but I think the Airbus is a bit simpler. Right, where was I? So, assuming we're going to be landing on runway 15 left, I was right. I mean, it is an assumption right now, because with this frickin' thing. So, ILS runway 15 left. Oh, we did write that down, didn't we? Yeah, 557 is the... so the decision altitude is 757. So I'm just going to write that down. So I'm trying to look for a blank area on a sheet of paper somewhere. Here we go. Right, so decision altitude is 757. ILS frequency is 110.5. He's probably going to assign us a completely different frickin' runway, and the final approach course is 147. Okay, and then our final altitude is going to be 3,000, and then we will approach down to there. Awesome. So 3,000 feet would be my final descent altitude, or whatever you would call that. There's the frequencies for Toronto. We don't need those. It'll BeyondATC take care of that one. And I think that's it. I think that's all I need from this chart. 2 dog. Yeah, assuming this is the runway. Assuming. Now, we don't need to put any of this information in quite yet. I mean, we're nowhere near top of descent. We're not even at top of climb yet, but it's coming. What have we got this set to? 40. Okay, so this little marker here, that'll be 30. So it's, yeah, about 30 something. I mean, Cam is the next waypoint, which is at 35.8 nautical miles. So 30 nautical miles away, we'll be at top of climb. Brilliant. How's it looking out there? Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, the lighting. Squiggly bit up the tail there. But this lighting across the wing here is beautiful. But it's going to be colder in Toronto. Actually, I have no idea what the temperature is going to be there. Let's have a look, see if we can find out what it currently is. If it's under 10 degrees, don't know if I may have to use the anti-ice. Actually, no. 18? Ooh, nice and warm. Broken clouds 6,000 and 8,000. A few clouds at 1,500 feet. Dash RA. Ooh. Rain. Visibility of 10 statute miles. Wind 090 at 5 knots. That's the date? Huh? That's the time? There's supposed to be date and time there, right? Zulu. What the hell's that? 1720. Show me this one. Right, we're the 17th of May, so that's 17. That's the time, 2054 Zulu. So this is 20. Oh, is the time different in Canada? Are the clocks an hour further back in Toronto than they would be in Boston? It must be. That would explain that. That would make that make sense then. Yeah, so Dash RA tells me that we have rain, guys, on the way in. Well, okay. And hopefully, I'm actually hoping it does assign me a different runway, so I don't have to do this this bendy bit here. Although I don't really care about that at all. That's fine. They're both Eastern Standard Time, so what the hell's going on here? So this is time and date, but based on what? I mean, the current Zulu time is 21. Okay, so was this the time we were taking off? 2054? Seems about right, doesn't it? We took off about 20 minutes ago. Seems about right. But then arriving, how can we... 2054, arrival 21. How can we arrive 6 minutes after? Or we're not. That's not the arrival time, is it? Oh, I don't know, guys. I'm only a simple user. I'm not a real-world pilot. Wait a minute. Whoa, what's going on here with the charts? So, here we've got a holding pattern here. Is this if we can't make the runway? Yeah, if for some reason we can't land, we have to abort the landing, come up, we establish a holding pattern here, I guess, on the mixed approach. 2 dog. Dog. Okay? Dog. Let's focus on dog. And then go back here and see there's a waypoint called puppy. So, dog and puppy. What? What? Okay. Dog and puppy. Fine. Whatever you say. Right, it looks like BeyondATC is giving us a bit of a break right now. So yeah, we've been using on this flight the premium voice, which I'm sure you can appreciate is pretty cool, right? It's been pretty good. And we started with, oh wow, it's quite a bit to be fair. We started with 49,847 characters, 49847. Now we've got 47412. So we've already used up 2,400 characters. Now, to be fair, I probably used up more than I would normally if I was more acquainted with this, because there's been a couple of times I've read things back and it's had to use more characters to tell me incorrect blah 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 blah, and then I've had to say it again, or please say your call sign, or please say your altitude.
Contact Boston Center 121.35.
Contacting Boston Center on 121.35, Unicare 2627. Boston Center, Unicare 2627 for flight level 360. I should say with you or something like that, right? I did. I think you're supposed to say it at the end. That's wasted characters. Right, let me figure this out. Actually, auto-respond for me, please.
Unicare 2627, flight level 360.
That's it.
Unicare 2627, Boston Center, roger.
And you're supposed to say with you or something like that. I think you can. And it just pauses your sentence. So just call sign first and then flight level. Maybe they're just not understanding when because there've been a couple of times I've called out the call sign and it hasn't taken it. But okay. It is what it is. Do 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 do. Oops. I might have pressed something on my keyboard that just made a bleepy sound. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with this. It certainly does add to flight immersion. And it makes you feel like you're not so alone in the sky. But also, if you have it running, you can't really go away from keyboard for too long, just in case you get a call, right? Actually, you can. If you want to go down and make a quick cup of coffee or tea or whatever, you can just set the auto respond on, and you're good to go. Just flick over the auto respond, and it'll handle it for you. Unless they ask you to do things like climb to this or whatever. So while we're just cruising, I'll leave this on screen. And just hoping that this is going to be the thing. So what is our ILS frequency? It's here, 110. It's also up here. Everything you need's up here, really. Your localizer frequency 1110.5, your approach course, and your decision altitude refers to minimums. So we know it's 557 plus the 200 down there, which is 757. Yep. And if you don't have glide slope, you're just coming in via the localizer, then it's a wee bit higher. Right. So let's plug in that ILS thing. Oh. Is that just coincidence? It's already set. Okay, fine. Anthony, the answer is yes on both counts. It does do VR. Although, yeah, my card does it. My 2080 Super was enough, and this does support it. In terms of smoothness, you know, it's okay, but when you sit in this thing, an airliner, you can really appreciate how far it is over to the other side there. It's large. It's a bit awkward with the mouse flipping all the buttons and everything, I would say, but in the main, yeah, it's freaking cool. If you're flying, like one of the good experiences I had in VR with this was in the Spitfire, doing barrel rolls and everything. It's if you get a bit motion sick, I'm okay with it, but if you get a bit motion sick, then don't have a fried up breakfast and then do a barrel roll in a Spitfire. In fact, I wouldn't do that in real life, to be fair. Yeah, it's very good in VR. It'd be more awesome if I had one, you know, like a 4090 graphics card or and one. What's that latest VR headset now? I know I'm thinking of Pimax, but I don't think it is that one. There's a new one that's, well, newish, that's come out that's got pretty good reviews on it. Don't remember what it's called though. I don't know if it's an Oculus one or a different company. But yeah, 4090 plus a really. I've just got a basic HTC Vive, but yeah, a good VR headset with a super powerful graphics card and everything. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I'm already getting a really good experience with the setup I have in VR. It's really nice. And I should fly in VR more, really. Can't do it on stream because it doesn't sit well with people watching it, I don't think. Because my head's I'm going to be moving around all over the place, and it's kind of, imagine just me doing this all the time, just casually looking. But yeah.
Unicare 2627, contact Boston Center 133.25, see you.
NT. Contact Boston Center 133.25 Unicare 2627. Good day. I say that as a matter of courtesy. Unicare 2627, flight level 360.
Unicare 2627, Boston Center, roger.
There you go, that's all you need. Unicare, where did it come up with that call sign? Oh, okay, so Uni for United, we're flying United Airlines. Or Unic Air. Unic Air. Where's the C? Why isn't it Unit Air? It's United, it's not Unic. Unicare, wow. It changes, the call sign changes depending on, you know, the livery. Oh, maybe there's something in the livery's .json files that tells it what its call sign should be. Right. Wow, I'm getting a little bit, frame rate seems to be a little bit jittery at the moment. So this is my tail sign, 37267, which is my tail number. Why Unicare? It must be in one of the files. Not sure. Right, oh, we're coming up to Puppy now. Yeah. And where is... Does it show it on here? It doesn't. See, on the Airbus it shows you the top of descent waypoint. You don't get that here. We are descending somewhere between here and here, obviously, after Gons. Quite soon after, I would say, 90 nautical miles to get down to what it estimates to be 21.6. And we know that if we're coming in on this runway, we know that 3,000 is the last. There it is. So I want to be setting this to 3. Please don't give me a different runway. I know you're going to. The wind will have changed and blah blah blah, and I'm going to get a different runway. Yeah, or maybe it's to make them sound like we're the airline that cares. It could be that. Unicare. United. We care. Bing bong. This is your captain speaking. We know that all of you guys in the cabin there would like to have flown with Delta, but you couldn't afford it, and so you're flying with us today. Please enjoy the rest of the journey, you cheap. Does the weather work on this? I don't know. Is WXR for weather radar? Is that what that is? It shows the concentric rings here though, which is handy. So top of descent is after Gons, isn't it? It can't be too much after. If we go back to legs here. So at Gons we're still at the cruising altitude. But by the time we get to Woolsey in 90, we are descending. So I think in between Gons and Woolsey, it's got to be Guns and... What's that rock band that you like? Guns and Woolsey. Sorry. Ask a 5-year-old what music they like. I like Guns and Woolsey. Right. There it is. Top of descent coming in at around... What is that? 90? 93 nautical miles. Sorry, I made myself laugh. You might have to call ready to descend. Okay. I don't think I did that in the Airbus. Iston, Ling, Youth, Urko, me rug, me tux. So he's talking about your rug, your tuxedo. Now then, at what point are they going to tell me which runway to plump for? They told me well in time before, so I'm hoping it's going to be the same again. Yeah, see this flashy shading thing? I wish that wasn't there, but it looks like the wing's a bit, the wing, that long thing, not the wind. It looks like the wing is a bit more calmer now than it was before on takeoff. You had to ask for descent. So how did you know you had to ask for it? I mean, did you wait for it to get to top of descent and then nothing came and then you asked it? Or by which time you'd already be descending, right? Or did you... I mean, would the order of things be to request... I don't know. I would have thought ready for descent is if you want to descend maybe a little bit before time or whatever. It's a good question because, like, I would probably call for that about 5 nautical miles away from top of descent. Give myself 5 miles just in case they say no, keep it up there. And you've got request altitude change as well, which you can ask to go up or down. I don't know about the submit turbulence P-rep, Pi-rep, or submit icing. Some rep has to be like report, but I don't know what the PI is for. Performance index. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, pilot report. A pilot report, or PREP, is a report of actual flight or ground conditions encountered by an aircraft. So, oh right, so this is me feeding information. So if I encounter turbulence, or icing, I can just submit a report here. I would probably do that with the auto-respond, to be fair, because I wouldn't know what the hell to say in that scenario. Oh, you waited for top of descent and then asked if it didn't tell me. That would have meant you've had to descend at a bit more sharper rate than normal then, right? Yeah, we're going to be descending in not too long. It's not good because Gons is the last waypoint that we'll be passing through at cruising altitude. Now, as far as I knew, the last... Let's refresh this. Okay, I think that's changed. I think that stayed the same. It hasn't changed. So 2982 is the current air pressure in Toronto. So where are we then? Okay, we're just going over Syracuse. That's an odd shape, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out this Symlink thing and find out why Navigraph wasn't connecting, because I'm sure that's supposed to just work. Symlink, yeah. It's some reason why Navigraph wasn't showing us in the air, you know? Weird. God, I remember the days, man, where these charts were just double Dutch to me. Like I looked at one and it was like, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. And it's still mostly that. Well, it's a little bit that. I mean, but a lot of this, I understand what I'm looking at here. I don't know what these are. These are altitudes for something, but I'm not quite sure what they're for. I understand the ILS frequency, the DME. That's a beacon, right? And the Morse code for the beacon. And I'm not quite sure what this one is. Is that a VOR? Yep, it's pointing to the VOR there. So that's the VOR frequency and the Morse code for that as well, which should translate to 112.15 YYZ, I think. You've even got Morse code for this as well. Final approach course. Yeah, this makes sense to me and all of this. Where before it'd be like, what? I don't even understand what the charts are. I'm looking just here at the transition altitude, and it is 18,000 in Canada here, or at least in Toronto. I don't know if it's 18,000 all over Canada, like it is all over America, but it could be. I don't know what this is, something to do with the VOR. So does that have something to do with down here? 90 degrees, 360 degrees, 2000, I don't know what that means. I know what this is, the touchdown zone. And the touchdown is what, 40 feet? What is that, in? 40 feet in from the zone? Is that, I don't know. And the M, I don't know what the M is. Missed approach, perhaps? So, is this your minimum decision altitude here? And then if you can't make it, you would go along this line and execute your missed approach? Is that what that is? You have to go back into the air, obviously. I'm guessing, just making guesses, but that's what just trying to use common sense, but I'm not quite sure how common my sense is. Right, there's top of descent. So what I will do is, as we get closer to it, as it drops under 40, I'll bring this down to 40, and then I'll bring it down to 20, and as I get within 5, I'll request descent. That's my plan. Have another look out. A luxury you don't get to do on a real flight is look around the plane like this. And then of course you have the other level of immersion where you can set failures on the plane. I'm not ready for that. Nope.
Unicare 2627, contact Cleveland Center 127.475.
Roger, contact Cleveland Center 127.475, Unicare 2627. How about that? I sounded like I knew what I was doing. Unicare 2627, flight level 360.
Unicare 2627, Cleveland Center, roger.
It's going to tell me a different altitude to come down to, isn't it? I've set this all the way down to 3. But it ain't going to be. No, it ain't going to be. Right, so what, again, once it drops under 20, I'm going to set this again. Oh, let's see if it can get me all the way down to the ground. It actually, when it works all the way, it gets you from gate to gate, basically. Just from the gate, the pushback, the taxiing, the runway, all the way, the vectors all the way to descent, final approach, landing, and then directions to the gate. Great piece of software. And there was definitely a gap in the market for this, because despite the leaps and bounds that this sim has made over its predecessor, the ATC, to be fair, wasn't that much better, and it still isn't. And BeyondATC just makes it redundant. So, if you're a flight simmer, whether you fly small aircraft or commercial jets, whatever, is BeyondATC a must-buy? Or is it just one to consider? For me, it's a must-buy, because I like to fly these commercial airliners, and I want that next level. I want to talk to ATC. It was something I'd never done because, you know, because we're using SimBrief and everything, I'm turning off the ATC in the game, and now we have an ATC which talks to SimBrief. It reacts with that. It actually loads your SimBrief flight plan. Doesn't necessarily stick to it, but it will load it up. But yeah, and if you're nervous of VATSIM, sure, this is perfect into intermediate step, and then it will probably serve to make you less nervous of VATSIM. You might want to have a go yourself, because you can't go into VATSIM and just be like a spectator and just listen for a few days and then have a go yourself. And once you just, if I was on VATSIM, I would start with a small flight. I ain't talking about jetliners, I'm talking about getting in a Cessna or something like that, just doing a small, I don't know, 20, 30 nautical mile trip from one little runway strip to another, and then just, well, an airport to another, because they don't have air traffic control on runway strips, but you know what I mean, right? Just a short flight, and see how it goes. And then maybe, you know, maybe have a few of those flights, and then once you're a bit comfortable, you can proceed to try something larger like this. But this is freaking awesome. Yeah. If you're not so sure, then maybe it's just a consideration purchase. Like, should I, shouldn't I? I'll consider it. But for me, it's a must-buy. Unicare 2627, ready for descent.
Unicare 2627, lean tree, runway 15 left, descend to flight level 220.
Descend to flight level 220 via Ling 3, Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, contact Cleveland Center 125.875.
You'll have to wait. Cleveland Center 125.875, Unicare 2627. Oh, I didn't do the thing. No, I'm okay. Unicare 2627, flight level 360, descending. I've got that wrong.
Unicare 2627.
Oh, okay.
Roger.
Well, it took it anyway. So it's cleared me down to 22, so we'll just get it down to 22,000. And now we're keeping an eye on this, which is bang dead center. And yeah, suddenly the ground's disappeared. It's cloudy over. Alright, we have the descent phase, guys, and it's bringing us in to runway 15 left via Ling 3. Is that on my... Yeah, baby. Doesn't say 3, but I think we're fine. So yeah, we're coming in on the same runway this time. That's awesome. I don't mind when it changes, I don't think, because it does give you ample time during the descent to change it on the FMS and also, or FMC is it? Flight management system, flight management computer, I don't know, whatever. And then quickly pop over to your charts and put in your new descent information. I mean, so you do have time. Now, talking of descent information, because we now know we're going to that place, we're going to put the decision altitude in here, which is 757. That's appearing down here. Boom. It's really good, because if you're not like me, where you're streaming and you're simming just, you know, on your own, you have ATC to talk to now. And it's not these, even on the basic voices, it's not these, you know, standard Microsoft voices. They are good sounding voices, whether you go for the basic free voice option, which sounds great, or this premium voice here. And still early access, Lenny, yeah. The traffic injection is going to bring this thing to life, because you're going to hear not just, I mean, you'll have to listen out for when they say your call sign, in this case Unicare 267, but you're going to be hearing traffic calls from all the other AI aircraft around you. And it might even be communicating with FSLTL, which is what I'm using for my traffic. I don't know, I think it might. And yeah, so you'll just have to listen to when it's your call, you know, because maybe they'll have Speedbird 2627 and you think, oh, that's not me, I'm Unicare. Yeah, I can't wait for the traffic injection, and I know there's other pilots that are wanting the VFR as well, the visual flight rules. Yeah, this is early access, like you say. It's just starting out, but currently it's working really, really nicely. I love it. Yeah. But I mean, SimBrief is free, okay? So SimBrief is necessary to file the flight plan. But you can file a SimBrief flight plan if you're just going out for a day trip in a Cessna. You could do that. And the question then is Navigraph needed? I mean, there are other alternatives for charts and stuff. I mean, I can't remember how much my Navigraph is costing me. I think it's either $7.99 or $8.99 a month. But all I did was to fund my Navigraph monthly fee, I just cancelled Amazon Prime, which was the same price. I just cancelled that because, you know, do you prefer a Navigraph subscription, or do you prefer to get your parcels on the next day instead of waiting 2 days? So yeah, it's great. I'm not sure whether you need Navigraph for this. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Microsoft might buy them out and say, hey, we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. We want to use this on Flight Sim 2024 or something, or integrate it. But I don't know. I hope these developers, I don't know who they are, but I hope they get a lot of sales from this, and I hope they get well supported, because they've brought something to the flight sim community that we have been longing for. Oh God, just ATC that just knows what it's doing. Because the one that's built into the game, I don't know if I could trust it. Look, we're down to 46 now. So we've used up 3,000 characters. But if by the time we've landed it gets to 5,000, I think it'll be a bit more than that, to be honest. I think it'll drop under 45. But if you take away the fact that they've had to repeat things because of errors and stuff, yeah, you could probably get it down to 5,000 per flight, in which case right now we're reaching the 22,000 that they said. Are they going to pop on and tell me to get a new thing, or do I have to request an altitude change or verify next fix? I'm going to put the auto response on and see if it does anything. But I don't want the plane to level out, which it's now going to do, and now we're going to be going above the descent path. So this is not what I want.
Unicare 2627, contact Cleveland Center 125.2.
Contact Cleveland Center 125.2. Unicare 2627, take care.
Unicare 2627, flight level 220. Come on.
Unicare 2627.
We're 1,000 above now. Unicare 2627, verify, request. Oh, fuck it. We're going down. I'm taking this down.
Unicare 2627, I didn't get that.
Tell me again why we're still holding. Oh boy. Unicare 2627, request next fix. Is it next fix?
Aircraft calling, say call sign.
Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, I show you going direct distance, then to Ling.
Roger, Unicare 2627. But we're now 1,400 feet above where we're supposed to be, so now we're descending at a higher rate to catch up. Dude, you have to when I'm nearing the 22,000 that he put me on, surely they have to pop in and say, hey, here's your next altitude. But that's my next fix, it's not my next altitude. No, it's not. No, Cleveland is correct, I think. I don't know. I'm sure it'll tell me to switch over to Toronto at some point. Okay, so the plane is now catching up and going back onto its flight path. This number is... Well, I want it to carry on shrinking, to be fair. Come on. We're 700 above at the moment.
Unicare 2627, contact Toronto, approach 128.8.
Unicare 2627, contact Toronto, approach 128.8. Unicare 2627. Yeah, so again, just a break in the flight where I had to do the descent myself.
Toronto, Unicare 2627, 16,800 with information echo.
See, that bit I don't understand.
Unicare 2627, Toronto approach today, altimeter 2982, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 15 left.
That's the bit I don't get. Information Echo, Information Hotel, Information Bravo. I don't understand what that means, with information. I think it's you requesting it though. So why would you say with?
Unicare 2627, Toronto approach, good day, altimeter 2982, expect radar vectors for ILS runway.
I'm going to put auto respond on at the moment so to save characters.
Altimeter 2982. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 15 left. Unicare 2627.
I would not have known to say that. Altimeter 2982. Expect radar vectors. There's no way I would have known to say that. Are we going to have to do an auto land if this weather is so shitey? Well, the rain seems to be gone, but yeah, but it's 80s, but it keeps changing. Information Bravo, Echo, Hotel. How are you supposed to know which one it is? I know there was an earlier message. Oh, there it is. Is it? No. How did they know it was Echo?
All aircraft be advised, information Foxtrot now current, altimeter 2982.
And also I have to take care of flaps and everything like that when we're coming in, so... It's not. I hope we got better visibility when we get through the clouds here. Aye, well. Yeah, so that 22,000 thing, what the hell happened there? See, the next fix is just your next waypoint, right? It doesn't have anything to do with descending or whatever. It brought me down to 22, and when I got there, or before I got to 22, I was expecting it to give me the next one, and it did not.
Unicare 2627, descend to 8,000 feet, altimeter 2982.
Descend to 8,000 feet, altimeter 2982, Unicare 2627. I'm going all the way down to 3. I don't trust you. Because when it gets to 8, I'm going down to 8,000 by default anyway. So when it gets to 8, if it calls me for the next one, cool, I'll be doing it anyway. If it doesn't, I'll be doing it anyway. I'm bringing the whole thing right down. Screw it. Mr. Pruitt. See, and the descent winds, I didn't put those in. Bit frickin' late now. This is something I would normally have done, but I'm getting a little bit distracted with BeyondATC. The whole thing has to flow, and then I'll be doing things back to normal again. So these winds are largely going to be not much use. Gonna initiate a flaps 30. Got the course, we've got the ILS, glide slope is on. Well, this next bit's going to be fun because we've got a manual vector to do. I want to see what it does. So as we approach this 8,000, let's see if it kicks in. I'm just leaving it on the screen for you guys. Would it matter, or would it work if I made it a little smaller? Would it still be readable if I put it right there? That's still readable? I guess if you're watching on a phone, the answer would be no. Oh boy. Pity you can't do a weather request.
Unicare 2627, descend to 6,300 feet.
Yeah, you told me on the 8,000. Descend to 6,300 feet, Unicare 2627. I have put the landing lights on already. Seatbelts will be coming on now at 10,000 feet, and blah blah blah, so that's done. What did they say? 6,300. No, not the hearing, Lenny. I mean that I shrunk the interface down on the screen a bit smaller. It's just that you can still read it. So let's see how close to 6.3 before it pipes up again. Oh, the smog, the smoke, and the clouds are clearing, guys. We'll be able to manual land and kill everybody. Okie dokie. Hello, outskirts of Tirana. I'll be back with you tomorrow. So the airport should be just to our left. There it is. That's where we're landing. Oh boy. Now we're going parallel with it. Now, we are already dropped down to... We already dropped down to 210 here, but... So I could bring out the flaps up to 5, but that's just going to slow the plane down even more, and I think it's a little bit too early for that yet. So I'm going to go flaps 5, and then I'm going to go flaps 15, and then I'm going to go 30. I'm going to forget the intermediaries. Yeah, the tower. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. But I don't know where these things are, though. I don't know, like, where in relation to the airport it is. I mean, there's Toronto over there, right? So, isn't it? That has to be Toronto, I think. The actual... Did you know that the bottom of these engines are squashed flat at the bottom? It's to do with clearance, ground clearance or something like that. Something, I don't know, I read something about that. So after MEVPO, we're going to have to manually turn the plane around to Bethany, but the question is, what's BeyondATC gonna do? See, we're well below 6,300 now, and it hasn't said a frickin' thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna control the descents myself. And if it tells me to descend, and if I don't, well, or if I go beyond, I'm just going to do it myself. Okay, so we've got the localizer coming in there and the glide slope, but the runway is on this parallel. We're here, which is why the localizer is over there, because the runway, we're a bit to the right of it. And the glide slope, well, it's coming in as we descend. You can see we're going to get that before we get the localizer, which is fine, whatever. So I'm going to go flaps 1, just because. Also, I want auto brakes. I don't know what the runway length is. I should have checked the runway length. Does it tell me? You're going to make me go to the reference charts, are you? Oh, I hate it when it does that. Especially when it's kind of critical, that, you know, it's time critical. It's a good time to pause the flight when it doesn't do what you want. Right, it's 3.3 thousand. It's 3.3 kilometers, so auto brakes 1 will be fine. Glide slopes buggered off. So we'll do flaps 5 and then we'll make this turn.
Unicare 2627, leave me VPO heading 055, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 15 left.
Leave MEVPO heading 055, expecting radar vectors for ILS 15 left, Unicare 2627. So I could change this heading here to 053. Eventually. Oh, excuse me. Why are you going this way? What are you doing now? This isn't the right way. Okay. Okay, I'll stay with you. Let's see how it messes this up. Heading 55 it says. What? You needed to do a U-turn to the left. Unicare 2627, request heading next fix.
Unicare 2627, request not understood.
Okay, well let me make it easy for you.
Unicare 2627, can you give me a heading to my next fix?
Unicare 2627, turn left, heading 270, vectors for the approach.
Right, you talk, I'm busy.
Turn left, heading 270, Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, Toronto.
Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, turn left, heading 260, climb to 8,000 feet.
Turn left, heading 260, climb to 8,000 feet. Unicare 2627.
Dream on, baby.
Unicare 2627, turn left, heading 235.
Turn left, heading 235, Unicare 2627.
I am not going back to... No, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to whatever feet they said.
Unicare 2627, request altitude
I bet it goes up.
Unicare 2627, roger, say new altitude.
Oh, okay.
Request 5,000 feet. Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, unable your flight is to the west and 5,000 feet is an odd-numbered flight level. Please pick an even altitude.
There's more characters used up.
Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, unable 6,000 feet at this time.
Yeah, the descent is not good on this. Having said that, didn't we get a good descent on the Airbus flight? And it was only the final vectoring that it didn't do. Like here, where we're perpendicular, I guess is the word, to the flight path. And it let me fly straight past instead of turning me onto MEVPO.
Unicare 2627, can you give me a heading to my next fix?
Unicare 2627, turn left, heading 215, climb to 8,000 feet.
215's not enough. Oh, this frickin' dial at the back. It's not working out, is it? Oh, actually, yes. Because Mefo is not where we want to be. It's Bethany.
27, 18 miles from Bethany. Turn left, heading 185.
It is working out.
3,000 feet until established on the final approach course.
Thank you.
ILS runway 15 left.
You twat. I've never had a problem with this button changing all the time.
$3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 15 left. Unicare 2627.
So you wanted me to drop from 8,000 to 3 to get by the time we got to Bethany. I guess it's possible. But no. I mean, according to this, we are way under the flight path. So, yeah, maybe it was right.
Negative, turn left, heading 185.
$3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 15 left. Unicare 2627.
Why is this coming out twice?
Negative, turn left, heading 185.
Turn left, heading 185, Unicare 2627. That's just wasted characters. Right, it needs to turn me again to get to Bethany. And once we're facing the runway, once we're in line with it, then we can hit the approach mode. I might get it. Yeah. Right, you're gonna need to come on and turn me any moment. Once we make the final turn, I'll come to flaps 15 then. But it has to be now. Do I have... If I don't say request next heading fix, will it not tell me? Because it should. You need to tell me now. Don't let me sail past. Trying to work with you here, come on. You need to vector me over to Bethany. Nope, it's let me go past. Oh well. I guess we have to wait for a few more versions.
Unicare 2627, can you give me a heading to my next fix?
Unicare 2627, turn left, heading 125. Intercept the
Unbelievable.
localizer, climb to 6,300 feet.
Climb to 6,000.
Turn left, heading 125.
You just told me to be at 3,000.
Localizer. Climb to 6,300 feet, Unicare 2627.
What drugs are you on? I mean, I know we have to expect bugs, it's early access. I'm just going to take over here. The plane is mine now, BeyondATC. I tried, but you can't put me down from 8,000 down to 3,000 and then send me back up to 6. That's just not done. Maintain 3,000 until established. That's what you said. Until established on the final approach course. Fine. That sounds cool. But no. Nope. Right, so where's the drop? It's after Bethany. Okay, cool. Fine. Yeah, clearly they are very buggy here. I didn't put the LNAV back on, that didn't help. But hey, what can you do? Flaps 15, and once we get turned in line with the runway, I will arm the approach mode. Basically at Bethany, in other words. And at Bethany we have runway 5.8 plus 3, so 8.7. So before Woe Hill, 3.9 nautical miles to the runway, so about 2 nautical miles before Woe Hill we'll get the wheels down and we'll configure the flaps to 30 and get the thing down on the ground where we're supposed to be. How many extra characters did we use up on that one? Jeez. Are we underneath 45 yet? Yep, well under 43,000. Thank you so much. 7,000 characters. Okay, approach mode about to be armed.
Unicare 2627, contact Toronto Tower 118.7.
Contact Toronto Tower 118.7, Unicare 2627. Wheels down. Okay, I'm assuming you're going to take care of that. Right, we have the glide slope. And we're all good. Still on flaps 15 only, because we're a little bit distant, and the VREF speed is down here, and it won't take long to drop off from 162 down to the VREF speed at all. $144 knots. Or 145 actually here will be the VREF. Cool. Okay, flaps 25 then.
Toronto Tower, Unicare 2627, ILS runway 15 left.
Unicare 2627, Toronto Tower, wind 110 at 9er, gust 16, runway 15 left, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 15 left, Unicare 2627. And finally flaps 30, which puts us in full landing configuration. Oh, Boise, Idaho. Right. Settle in. How's the wind? That's right. So this has now popped up, which is, we've got the altitude here, and this is the distance to the ground. Two different things. And we are spot on. Just remembered to record the thing. Have to press the autopilot button twice to fully disengage it. I'm just letting the plane float.
Plus 100. Minimums.
And continue, please. A bit high, but it's not a problem.
Sync rate.
50. 40.
I was trying to meet the threshold at 50 feet.
20. 10.
Yeah, we were a bit... 50 feet didn't come until after the threshold, which is always disappointing for me. Reverse is on.
Unicare 2627, exit left at Bravo Tree.
Exit left, Bravo 3. Unicare 2627. I don't know what the hell Bravo 3 is. I'm going to guess this one. But I have no idea if it is. Yeah, so BeyondATC is... Oh, is that Bravo 3? Oh, they wanted me to exit on that one. Okay, no matter. Yeah, thanks, Anthony. No, 15 left. It essentially is. It's 15 left. You might have 15 right or 15 center if there's 3 of them. So do I now establish myself back on Bravo 3 taxiway to get the next instruction? I'm not actually...
Unicare 2627, contact ground 1 tree 6.525. Have a good day.
Contact ground 136.525, Unicare 2627, thank you very much.
All aircraft be advised, information golf now current, altimeter 2982.
Information golf. That's how you know it's G. Unicare 2627, request taxi to gate.
Aircraft calling for taxi instructions, say call sign.
Request taxi to gate, Unicare 2627.
Unicare 2627, say again gate number.
Oh, okay. Unicare 2627, request any gate.
Unicare 2627, gate 8 taxi via Bravo Tree Bravo Romeo Alpha Tango.
You can read that back.
Gate 8 taxi via Bravo 3 Bravo Romeo Alpha Tango Unicare 2627.
Cool, so now I've got to work out where the flipping that is. Yeah. Oh God, what a time to just... Thank you. Okay, we landed at 15 left, did we not? Oh, okay. Shrink down back to default size for no reason. Cool. Right, so we took Bravo 3 here, and then it's Bravo Alpha, no, Bravo Romeo. Is that Romeo here? And then what? Alpha Tango? Here. No, it's here. We want to be here. So we need to turn. Are we turning down that way? There's Alpha. So, I guess it's this one because it says, oops, it says Bravo. Which if I can get my frickin' windscreen, there it is. See, Bravo. So we're going to follow this, and then we're going to get onto Romeo, and then Alpha Tango, and that should be where we are. We tell you what. What was it? Gate 8? I don't know where that is. Don't know whether it's going to have one of those big boxes around it. Yeah, it is. It's early access, so I'll be tolerant with it. Sometimes you just have to take over yourself and do it, you know. I need to get that Symlink back running again so that my plane can be displayed here on these charts, because I don't know why it isn't running. It's never done that before, but I want you to stop there. So where are we now? There's a little kink. So we came in here, we took the Bravo. We didn't take Bravo 3, we took Bravo 1, but hey. And there's a little kinky bit coming up, which is, I think, here. Right, it's from going from there then up there, so that's Alpha Alpha. So we take the kinky bit, and after that it's 1, and then it's the second turn off after the kink. Okay. So we forget this turn off. We got the kinky bit here, and then there's 1 turn off, and then it's the next one. Well, why are you not getting going? Oh, yeah, my brake lever sometimes holds the plane even though I'm not holding the brake lever. It's quite weird like that. So it's the kinky bit, and then we miss, which is technical terms. Have I enjoyed it? Truth be told, I enjoyed half of it. I enjoyed it up until the descent. On the day that I get a fully smooth flight with no issues, you know, that it's always telling me, hey, descend to the next one, descend to the next one, and then make all the vectors, and it's telling me the vectors in good time and not letting me sail past before it tells me anything, and I shouldn't have to request the next heading fix or whatever. I shouldn't have to do that. Once it does it all itself smoothly and guides me all the way without me having to ask for anything, then I'll be satisfied. That's AJ. We want AT. I thought it was AK, the next one. Well, this must be AT then. So is this ours? AT? Stop! It is. It is. Oh, trust the pillar to be in the way. See here? AT. So we're going to turn off here. And we need gate 8. No wheels? Okay. This would be a lot better a lot easier if we had the plane. Oh, it doesn't show the gate numbers. Well, ain't that just swell? Okay. There may be another way. But then the problem with GSX is it's going to put that big blue box. So I'll tell you what, you just hold here a second. Right, give me numbers. Come on, talk to me. Really? No numbers on the ground? Ah, no numbers. No gate numbers. Oh, yeah. Isn't this wonderful, yeah? How do you have no markings on the yellow lines? There's no gate number written on the yellow lines, and there's nothing written at the thing. Is this just the default airport? It looks like it, doesn't it? Okay. So the only other way I know to do this is GSX. As long as the gate numbers match. So we want gate 8. Request follow me. Show me the spot. I don't know what that's going to do, but it should be somewhere in front of us. Oh. Well, that's one way to show me. Sure. Come on, brakes, Jesus. Normally I just have to hold in my trigger and it will deactivate the emergency brake or handbrake or parking brake or hold you in place brake. Oh, you might have to show me again now. This is why third-party airports come in handy, because they have markings which are all properly numbered. Was it this first one? Well, it's going to have to be, isn't it? Can't be that one because there's another United plane there. And we don't have the GSX people. Well, we should be on APU power. But not, didn't switch the Genio. Should have done that. Makes no difference. Your damper's gone off. Is that normal? Actually, I might need those. Let's put those back on.
The boarding requested.
turn my lights off in a minute. Oh man, well, right, lights first, okay? Taxi, boom, 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 beacon light, out, come down here, yes please. That's what I was about to do in the menu. And it's done it all for me, look at that. It's even switched the menus over, that is freaking cool.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Well, I'm waiting for the ground power. Okay, that's done. So let's switch on to ground power. And AP can go off. In fact, I think all of these are off anyway now. Yeah, so GSX as well as BeyondATC. When ATC gets, you know, gets made a bit better, I think we'll be in pretty good stuff, pretty good nick here, because yeah. Okay, Anthony, enjoy the ice hockey. I hope whatever, if you're cheering on for a team, it wins. Yeah, so this airport, CYYZ. It's a bit hazy in the background, isn't it? I mean, the clouds coming in was just. I mean, this must be it. No, we didn't come in that way, did we? We came in from this side, surely. It looks nice and clear, though. It looks more like we came in that way. But we must have come in that way to turn off B3 and then come down here and then into here. Well, why is that so clear now? I don't know. But anyway, ooh, flaps. I got us here. I got us here in one piece, and I got us down safe, despite BeyondATC trying to vector me and tell me to come down from 8 to 6.3, down to 3, and then back up to 6.3. But yes, I'm sure they will get it sussed and get it sorted. But potentially BeyondATC is going to be incredible. Yeah, a major patch that might inject traffic as well. I hope they sort the descents out before they even think about traffic injection, because what we don't want is them to start fixing bugs based on the traffic injection, which distracts them away from the descent thing. The descent's kind of crucial, really, more so than the traffic injection. I'm going to see if I can find I'll first look for a freeware version of this airport, and if there isn't one, I'll take a look. Because we've done Calgary, I think, not Calgary, we've done Toronto a couple of times. And it's cool to think we took off in Boston. In Boston, United States, and we've flown all the way here to Canada. And we've had company along the way, you know, with ATC and you guys. The flight for me has been fine. You know, I've not had any trouble on the descent like I used to have. I mean, yesterday I did the Airbus, or the day before, whatever it was, and I descended that thing and landed it fine. Again, done the same thing with the Boeing. So I'm okay with that now. It's just, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong on this flight. We got the... Ooh, I tell you what, I don't know if it'll still do it. Oh, did it stop? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No, it's been recording. Okay, guys, stay tuned, watch this. Let's see if it does it. I don't know what it's gonna do, but we're gonna, where we are now, all this deboarding. Let's wait for everybody to bugger off and for these doors to close. I have a replay of my landing. Yeah, again, I let the plane float too much coming down. I said I was just, didn't I? I said it on the landing, I'm just letting the plane just float down. But I should have pushed it down a bit more because I like to hit that perfect, you know, the zebra crossing, the threshold. When you reach that, that's when you need that, when the guy calls out 50 feet. If he calls that out while you're on that threshold, your profile, your landing profile is just about spot on. And mine didn't call it out until I'd done at least another 150 feet forwards. Now, if I do a replay now, is it going to close this front door, or is it going to bring us in? What the hell? Go. I knew that door would be open. Get fucked. That's because the door was open, isn't it? Come on. Yeah, I think that my landing was fine. It's just I let it float for too long and I landed quite late on the runway. But still, even though we landed late on the runway, we stopped well before the end of it, you know? So, yeah, it was a good landing. We just took our time getting the wheels down. So, are we back in? We're back in Boston, okay. Let's see if this still works. I don't know if it's going to work on a cold and dark plane, but let's see. Okay, so this is the reloaded. Get me inside. Yeah, no, it is actually off. It's just, that's fine. I didn't think it would do that. So here's my landing. It's still got the ground power cable attached to the front. Not really bothered about that. What I want to see is there's the smoke effects on the wheels when we land. Look at that. Look at the wings, man, flapping away. Right, so you see I'm high here. I'm too high. That's why I'm trying to push the nose down a little bit. So we should be 50 feet here on this threshold. And I think my 50 feet came kind of around here, but we're fine. I was trying to flare it there. And now just drop the power and just let it float. Look, I'm pushing it up. You see how long it's taken? It wasn't really a good landing. See, we got this black smoke coming out the back as well. That's new. So these engines don't open on rehearsers, just the Airbus. Oh, that was not a great landing. Now you see what I mean? I was pushing the nose up and down to try and, well, I was wanting to flare, but I was too high off the ground. So yeah, not a great landing in terms of where I landed on the runway. I should have landed a lot sooner. But in terms of its actual landing and smoothness, yes, it was fine. It was really nice. But let's see if I can go back a little. So I'm using this freeware called Sky Dolly to do this. Right, so here should be 50 feet. And am I centered to the runway? No, I'm to the left. So sometimes I think, well, I want to get centered before I push the plane down, instead of landing it here. So I'm a little bit of an angle here to try and get the plane more centered. But look, all 4 lights telling me I'm too high. But that's not 50 feet, but it needed to be. But anyway, and then where was it that I've got the nose going up now, I don't know why. See, and then I brought it down again. Don't know why I did that. And then what you're supposed to do is at 30 feet, hold on. At 30, when you're 30 feet off the ground, hopefully the guy would call it out, but 30 feet, you would start to flare the plane, push the nose up, and at 20 feet, you would idle, just kill the throttles altogether, and then just let it float to the ground, basically. Yeah, 30 feet flare, 20 feet idle thrust. But look, we're just staying. I did get the plane more centered, but not quite. Still not on the center line, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. And it turned out that B3. So I think when it tells me B3, or whatever turn off for the taxi, it's probably going to be the next one to the one you're on. It's giving you time. So this was the taxi where I should have turned off one. Maybe didn't think I was going to make this one. Don't know. And now we can just follow the plane. Just scrub it forwards. Yeah, so I'm just replaying everything now. Okay. Yeah. Right. There you go, guys. That is today's flight. Yeah, so I'll give BeyondATC a few more updates. We're on currently 1030 right now. I'll let it fly for a few more, and I tell you what though, every time I've seen it update, I've never seen the change log. I don't know where that is. I don't think it's in the program itself. It might be though, but I don't know. Lenny, have you seen the change log for BeyondATC? I don't know if they have it on their website either. But it'd be interesting to keep tabs on that in case they do any in case they do any updates to the descent and the vectoring and stuff like that. But yeah, all in all, potentially it's going to be, once they've got the wrinkles worked out, it's going to be brilliant and a very worthwhile addition. But yeah, it's fun. I think if you're going to drop into a Cessna 172 or a small plane and just do a much shorter flight than this one, BeyondATC may handle that one easier. I don't know. Just import the flight plan. What you do is you plan it in SimBrief, but you don't, because you can't import it into the plane. You would then get SimBrief to download its flight plan as a Microsoft.pln file. Then you would load that in on your world map for your plane, and then that would appear on your Garmin thing. And then you would just play it that way and just do it that way. And I could take up the Piper Arrow or something like that, or a Cessna, and I think it's a lot less, the flight would be a bit less complex. Yeah, so, well, there's a video, the one I showed you. Are you on my Discord, Lenny? Because if not, I can give you the link of the vid that I put on there showing a guy using BeyondATC with a small plane. Let's have a look. So there's the link. Go check that one out. And yeah, it's basically a user guide that he's going on about. And he does a fully successful flight with a small plane with ATC, BeyondATC. So it's worth checking that out, Len. You might pick up a few tips and things. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it. There was times when I had to get the voice to auto respond because I was too busy changing altitudes and headings. You know, we had to come off LNAV to get manual headings going. We had to come off VNAV. Well, I think VNAV actually stayed on, but we had to do manual altitude changes. I think VNAV stays on through that. Yeah, fun. And through it all, I still just descended and landed the plane smoothly, so I'm kind of happy with that at least. All right, guys, there you go. I'll carry on using BeyondATC because I think it's fun. And in terms of the practice for ATC Speak, it's a great tool to learn with. I think I've learned a lot more now about how to respond. My only worry for VATSIM is that the people who are doing the ATC job, they come from all different places in the world, and my fear would be that they have some accent that I might not understand. I know they're all talking in English, but they might say something and I have to keep asking them to repeat because they're talking in a low voice, or they're saying something so fast and I don't pick it up. But yeah. But yeah, who knows? I think VATSIM coming to my channel is maybe a thing. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to enjoy BeyondATC, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the flight and the use of it. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for flying with Rusty Air, and I will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will catch you next time. Good day.